The East African Rift. In Africa, 25 million years ago, the plates were diverging apart. This is caused by convection currents in the mantle pulling the plates apart. The end.
Mid-Ocean Ridge by
Logan,
Anjani,
and Banyan.
Today we'll be going to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge was formed by both the North American and African plates. Whoa, the ridge is forming! Why is this happening, you ask? The North American and African plates are forming the trench by spreading apart from each other. Oh my gosh, is that lava? When the trench is forming, the spreading apart of the plates causes magma to come from the center of the earth to the surface. Uh-oh. Ah, volcano! Thank you for coming with me to visit the Mid-Atlantic Ridge.
We are going to be discussing the Mid-Ocean Ridge, or Mid-Atlantic Ridge as it's sometimes called, and how the divergence is formed. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge was formed about 227 million years ago and is still growing today. It is also known as the Mid-Ocean Ridge, as previously stated. The ridge was formed because the convection currents of the mantle caused the plates, or tectonic plates, to start pulling away from each other, beginning the process. As the convection currents move, the two plates start to move away from each other, further expanding the ridge. Over time, the ridge grows in width and depth as the plates spread apart, and finally, the plates eventually fully split, and porous and igneous rock is formed, and this is how a mid-ocean rift is formed.
This is the Mariana Trench by Lily, Braden, and Savannah. This is the globe cut in half to show the layers of the earth. The orange is the magma that heats the water using convection currents. The land's tectonic plates are being pushed together by convection currents. This is how the Mariana Trench was formed.
Convergence between tectonic plates form the Appalachian Mountains. The American and African plates collided, causing one to slip under the other.
Over time, the mountains grew bigger and bigger. About 270 million years ago, it reached its peak height. We believe the mountains will turn into a valley due to weathering.
The Appalachian Mountain Range by Josiah, Eli, and Sonia. 480 million years ago, there were no Appalachian Mountains. Under the crust, the mantle was swirling with convection currents. They moved two plates together, and they formed the Appalachian Mountains. Then erosion did the rest, shaping the mountains to what they are today.
A 150 million years ago. The Ring of Fire is a region around most of the Pacific Ocean where many volcanic eruptions and earthquakes occur. The Ring of Fire was formed as oceanic plates slid under convergent plates. Changes have been caused by tectonic plates. The Pacific plate will hit other plates nearby, and that causes them to sink. The Ring of Fire changes almost every day. Now in present.
Near the middle of the Pacific Ocean, molten magma burned through the crust of the Earth. As the magma broke through the surface of the ocean, it hardened and formed an underwater volcano. As the volcano grew, it formed the oldest Hawaiian island, and the hotspot of magma moved away from the island. The hotspot continued to move away from each island after it was formed. Eventually, it formed the Hawaiian island chain we know today. The Hawaiian Islands aren't done forming. The hotspot still exists. In another 200,000 years, it will most likely make a new island.